All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praises, all the honor, and all the glory unto the unstoppable and undeniable force, Yahweh, Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashim Rakah Kodesh. Double honors to the apostles and unto the elders of Great Millstone, GMS, who taught me this truth. Honors to the brethren in the Akim that's pushing out this truth with all sincerity and in faith. And to Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI for allowing me once again to come back with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is simply going to be titled "What the Lord Will Bring to the World." Okay. Now, before I proceed on with this lesson, I just want to make sure that I'm live. So bear with me one moment. Babakusha. There it is. All right, let's see. Yep. All right, cool. Once again, title of this lesson simply going to be "What the Lord Will Bring to the World." And that's a question that, or just something that popped into my mind, and certain scriptures came to mind, concerning that. What is the Lord going to bring upon the world? Because our job out there, when we go to those highways and hedges, when we make our lessons, we're supposed to declare these things unto you, whether you hear or whether you forbear. And the prophets that were before, us now, which are back here today, they prophesied of this. We'll start here through the Spirit, because this is what the Lord is going to be bringing and is bringing upon the world as we speak. This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. And it says, "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied," which means to say before, okay? Prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. And those are the things in which the Most High Yahweh Yahawashi is going to be bringing upon the world. And those are the things that Yahawashi spoke of when the disciples came unto him privately, saying, "Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming in the end of the world?" And of whose world? The end of Esau's world. And Yahawashi told them straight up, "Look, you're going to have wars, rumors of wars, famines, pestilences, earthquakes in diverse places." And he said, "Oh, just know that all those things, they're just the beginning of the sorrows. That's just the start. Most are gonna bring plagues, gonna be famines. It's gonna bring pestilence. Okay, many disasters. All right, distress upon men, distress upon people. Okay, so on and so forth. Matter of fact, let's another precept comes to mind. Let me grab this. Exodus chapter 3, verse 20. Okay, because see, the Most High, you know, uh, everything repeats itself. History. Yeah, that say history repeats itself. And that's true, because we know that according to the scriptures, that what nothing is new under the sun. So what happened back then is going to be no different now, except the only difference is the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, he's going to turn it all the way up, okay? He's going to turn it all the way up. Right? He's going to turn it up to a level that nobody has ever, nobody on at least the planet hasn't experienced, And that's what the Most High is bringing. He's bringing some heavy things upon this world, okay? Now, this is the book of Exodus chapter 3, verse 20. And it says here, "And I will stretch out my hand and smite Egypt with all my wonders, which I will do in the midst thereof. And after that, he will let you go." And that's right. And we know the wonders in which the Lord sent, and those are the 10 plagues of Egypt that fell upon Egypt. The plagues are, you had the plagues of the water turning into blood, the frogs. And you can read about this throughout. Just all you gotta do is one needs to just go and read from Exodus. You can really read from the first chapter, but the plagues start within, I would say, around the seventh chapter. So like 7 to like maybe Exodus 7 to like 14, somewhere around there, you know. But if you want to read about those plagues, they're in these books, or in this book, I should say. But you have the water turning to blood. That was one of the plagues. The frogs, the lice. I believe there was flies. You had the livestock pestilence. With the cattle. Okay, boils, hail, locust, locusts. The darkness for 3 days. And then I think the last one was the killing of the firstborn, not only just of the Pharaoh's house and the Egyptians, but also their livestock, their cattle. The first, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and the Most High sent those plagues once, and He's gonna send them yet again. Okay, and that's how the children of Israel were brought out of that land of Egypt. Now we know, according to the scriptures, that this place, Babylon the Great, which is America, this place is what spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. And the Most High, just as He brought the children of Israel to Egypt again, He's going to do the same thing, but by the plagues, by the plague and the punishment that the Heavenly Father is going to bring upon this place, by the great judgments, by His wonders. This is Exodus 7:1. And the Lord said unto Moses, See, I have made thee a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. And thou shalt speak all that I command thee. And Aaron thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he send the children of Israel out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt, right? In verse 4, here's the point. It says, But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Egypt, and bring forth mine armies, and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt. By what? By great judgments. And that's right. And that's how Moses and the children of Israel were delivered out of that place, by the great judgments and wonders in which the Heavenly Father brought upon it. And that's how He's going to bring the children of Israel out of this land again. But see, here's the thing: all Israel made it out, of Egypt. And when you speak of this, when you read Exodus 7 and throughout the book, but see that's not gonna happen this time. Most High ain't gonna be saving, all Israel. He gonna leave you, just like how that generation that wandered in the wilderness, that generation is back here today to receive that same punishment. Because when you read the scriptures, the books of Moses, he had a very difficult time with these people, with his own people, the children of Israel. They gave him a really hard, tough time, to the point where even Moses, he said, if it be, Moses, I believe he said somewhere around the words of, to kill him, to kill me, Lord, please, because I can't handle these motherfuckers. He's like, I can't handle these goddamn people, man. He was just, I'm trying to, I think it's, no, I know it's not Exodus. Might be Numbers. Because Israel's just giving him a run, man. Oh yeah, here it is. Yep. This is the book of Numbers 11 and 14. And it says, and I am not able to bear all these people alone, because they were all coming to Moses, so Moses had a very difficult position. I myself, I wouldn't want that position. No, I couldn't. Barely deal with Israel now, man. Imagine dealing with all those niggas back then. You have I mean, I don't think there's any scriptures that come to mind, you know. But hey, man, I wouldn't be surprised if Moses had a, rough a nigga up or two, like, man, you know what, man, I'm gonna whoop this dude's ass, because he getting on my nerves. Because the scriptures, another example comes to mind where somebody did that was Nehemiah. Nehemiah got so fed up with Israel, he got so mad, he started to pluck the hairs off of certain of them, beat their ass, because when you read that, that's number or Nehemiah the 13th chapter. You can start around like the 22nd verse. Because the children of Israel, they were marrying the woman of Moab, Ammon, and Ashdod. All right, and the children spoke half of the language of those people, and then they didn't even know their own language. The Jews' language, I think, as it says. And it said, and it said, pretty much it got Nehemiah like, uh, turned up, you know, and he saw it, and he got pissed off, and he started to curse some of them, smote, and really beat their ass, man, bad. Imagine you see here the dude come in, he over here ripping beards, he over here ripping beards out, you know, you know, he's probably cursing them out too, Like, get your black ass over here, come here, ripping their beards out, man. That Nehemiah was getting down, man. Imagine, hey, Moses, man, he had to deal with he had to deal with all Israel, and then all they did was fucking complain. I believe that in the first verse it said, yeah, right here even says here, Numbers 11:1. And when the people complained, and that's all they did, Israel just murmured. Here it is, the Most High, he did all these wonders for you, but you weren't satisfied, And it says, and when the people complained, it displeased the Lord. And the Lord, it says, and the Lord heard it, and his anger was kindled, and the fire of the Lord burned among them, and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp. And when the people cried unto Moses, after they've been complaining and bullshitting around, see, here it is, the fire came, it got turned up, right? It got a little hot. Then the people started crying to Moses. And it says, and when Moses prayed unto the Lord, the fire was quenched. See, but the Most High, he had to jack their ass up. Where was I? Here it is. Numbers 11:14. It says, and I'm not able to. It says, I am not able to bear all these people alone, because it is too heavy for me. And it says, verse 15. And if thou deal thus with me, kill me. He's like, come on, man, hey man, just take me out, man, because these guys, they too much. Israel's too goddamn much. And it says, and if thou deal thus with me, kill me, I pray thee. And when you read the scriptures, and when it says, I pray thee, another way of saying, I pray thee is like, I beg you, please, And it says, I pray thee out of hand, if I have found favor in thy sight, and let me not see my wretchedness. See? And then the Heavenly Father had it to where, he broke down. He had, men that were, that would handle certain situations. And if they couldn't figure it out, then those men would go to Moses, and then he would have to deal with it, But yeah, man, Israel, hey, gave Moses a very tough time, man. See, and that same generation that died in the wilderness, that same generation's back coming to die once again, man. Because those people ain't right. But they're gonna be okay in the kingdom. They're gonna be all right in the kingdom. They're gonna be real good. Okay. But this is what the Most High is bringing, man. The judgments, the plagues. All right. A good chapter to read is, hey, this really right here. When you read this explains everything that's coming. And this is the time that we're in, 2nd Ezra 15. And I'll start from the top. Now it says, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak down the ears of my people the words of prophecy. And that's what we do. And that's what we must be occupied in. He that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. Okay, roughly paraphrasing. That's Ecclesiasticus 39:1. Now it says, the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, because this isn't our words that we speak. It's the Spirit of the Father that speaketh in us. And that's how it's always been since the jump from the beginning, since the world began. As what's that, Luke 1 and 70, and as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. Okay. And it says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, meaning the incredulity is the inability to believe. You're not able to believe, you know. But see, that doesn't trouble us because, hey, what the Apostle Paul said, he said what? But what if some did not believe? Shall the faith, make the Most High without effect? You think that's going to affect anything just because you don't believe? You think that's going to stop the process? You think that's going to stop the Most High's counsel, his pleasure? Hell no. It even says that. God forbid. In other words, hell no. Okay. We don't give it. We don't care whether you believe or not. It's not up for. See, we're not the ones that make you believe, man. It's the Most High that works on your mind to believe. Okay. And if you believe, great. And if you don't, that's on you. Now, verse 4 says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And that's what's going to happen at the end of the day. All the unfaithful, all the unbelieving, all the abominable, all the murderers, you going to die in your unfaithfulness, and you're going to die in iniquity, okay, which is sin. Now, verse 5, it says, behold, saith the Lord. Now, the title of this lesson is what the Lord will bring to the world, right? Now it says right here, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And see, that's what the Most High is going to be bringing upon this earth. The sword, famine, death, destruction. For why? For what reason? For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled. You see? So because of the wickedness. That's the same reason why the Heavenly Father brought the flood. Because the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Okay? Now, verse 7, it says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto them all the innocent blood from among them. Right? And it says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. See, so as before. And you're talking about the time where Moses and the children of Israel were in slavery. All right, it's talking about now in this place, America. He did it once, he's going to do it again in the place which is spiritually called Sodom in Egypt. And it says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plague and the punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. And they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with the fearful constellation. Woe to the world and to them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draws nigh, and it's that's nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, because you're gonna have Esau going against Jacob. You're gonna have all these nations. It's gonna be a free for all out here. You're gonna have race wars out here, man. All right, with swords in their hands. What's the modern day sword? The gun. And you're gonna have people with guns. You might have motherfuckers that are crazy enough to go out there with a real sword and start slicing motherfuckers up. You know. And it says, "For there shall be sedition, which sedition is rebellion." Okay. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. See? And it says, meaning the course of the action shall stand in their power, meaning whatever you desire to do, you're going to be able to do it. Okay? Now it says, verse 17, and man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because you're going to have martial law. You're going to have certain checkpoints where you ain't going to be able to cross. And if you try to cross, man, them bullets are going to be crossing across your face. You know what I mean? Because Esau, he's going to come down with that great wrath, man. Now it says, verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. And these are the things of which are going to be coming upon the world. And who's bringing them? The Most High YAHAWASHI, man. All right, he's bringing these evils. And you won't. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and end it there through the Spirit. Jeremiah 11 and 11. Jeremiah 11 and 11. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, behold, I will bring plague, or so like I will bring evil upon them. See that? So the Most High is going to bring evil upon you people, which they shall not be able to escape. So you're not going to be able to escape these things. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. And these are the things which are going to be coming, man. And this is why we have to, matter of fact, I said I was going to end it here. Let me end it here. This will be a good precept to end off on. This is the book of Luke 21 and 36, I want to say. Yep. Luke 21 to 36. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. So we want to watch and pray always, brothers, and do what we're supposed to be doing, so that we may be able to be accounted worthy to escape these things, man. Because we want to be preserved from the said perils which are to come. And the man's going to be saved by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. All right. So, through the Spirit, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I pray this lesson was edifying, exhorting, and comforting. And as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and the glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahawashai, Bahashim Rakak Wadash. And it's on to the next one, Akim. Shalom.